Let's quickly go to China and meet a businessman, philanthropist, and investor by the name of Ka-shing Li. Despite losing both of his parents at the tender age of 15, he went on to work for 16 hours in a plastic factory to start an empire that is now worth $31.6 billion US. Now, let us quickly go to Russia. In this cold country, we meet billionaire businessman, investor, and politician Roman Abramovich. Starting off his career as a street trader, then moving on to being a mechanic at a local factory, he went on to build a business empire that is worth a whopping $7.6 billion US, despite the fact that mom and dad were not around. Now, in America, we meet Steve Jobs, businessman, inventor, and industrial designer. He was given up by his parents for adoption at birth. Steve Jobs went on to start one of the biggest tech companies in the world, worth a staggering $134 billion US. Coming back home to the beautiful continent of Africa, we say jumbo to Chris Kirubi all the way in Kenya. Chris was born in a poor family and he lost both of his parents at an early age. Despite all of this, he took up odd jobs to make sure that he survives. Later on, he went on to become one of the richest men in Kenya with a company that is worth around $300 million US.
Dumelang rala amogela, welcome to Daily Thetha. Gona mo gae mo SABC 1 na ka leina ke Tumelo Mothotoane, and la tseba gore every Monday to Thursday at 11 a.m. rena le lena. We are the youth, we're taking charge. La tseba gore that's all that we do, of course, all week till Thursday. And lokhonile, of course, we are touching on a very, very different topic. It focuses on young people by loko they are raised in homes, and most of them, of course, are orphans. And mokhomong you're thinking gore Tumelo is an orphan motholong gore o tlhokofale tshike batsodi ka moka, or is just one parent, or mokhomong in a home. We're finding out all about the nitty-gritties about maphelo a bona in a home. We're also finding out what government says about what they need to do at a certain age, whether 18 or 21. Or do they have to move out and be on their own? Do they still have access to their social grants? All that and more today, more Daily Thetha.
Igama lami Kini, Shandu, sinimukele ku Daily Thetha on SABC 1 kulesithathu nje namhlanje kuseni isikhuluma about ama orphans ahlukene ekuthenini kwenzakalani if they reach a certain age, ngaba 18 ngaba 21, what happened to them, because kwesinye isikhathi sizizwe izitori zokuthi ama homes laba sobehlala kuona kuyakufika isikhathi whereby engasakwazi ukaba accommodate bephume beye ngaphandle. So ukufind out ukuthi kunakhona ni link between lokho nabantwana basestarteni as well, yonindaba esikhuluma as well. If now mhlawumbe ngomunye wama orphans akhona, give us that important call on 011-339-1315, or find us on Facebook, Daily_Thetha, on Twitter @Daily_Thetha. Yona nto esikhulumayo ke namhlanje thini.
I'm sure it's no secret or in South Africa a whole lot of number of young children they come from child-headed households ke bona batswadi ka dintlong tsa bona they tlhokomela bana ba tlina ba isha bana skolong motho ga thoma go bereka since we make sure gore ka lapeng everything is okay due to the fact that there's no elder ke bona ba bagolo le gore we're finding out what are the causes and what is government doing about this issue. Are they also a part of social developments, big plans as a department to make sure ba tlhokomelwa and baya kae, and even with home founders ba leng gore ba tlhokomela bana, do they just let them go after a certain age, or can they at least allow them gore ba tle ba thule ka mogae?
And into sobe sibheka khulu Tumi ukuthi umuphi umntwana onelungelo ukuthi angene kwi home, because kwesikhathi you find ukuthi umntwana akanawo baba but umama unayo, nanokuthi kwenzakala kanjani, and then bazobe sichazela ukuthi yipi procedure ukuthi umntwana azathathwe ahlala kuleyo home as well, nanokuthi kwenzakalani ngaye as well masatholakala isikhathi sokuthi ke manje sekufike lapha kumele ayimele khona. Yipi age right yomuntu oyi-orphan ukuthi azimele, is it 18, 21 or ayikho age, as long as sapilonga njengaphakathi kwi-home iyakwazi ukuthi accommodate. Yona nto sibheka namhlanje ku Daily Thetha on SABC 1, and sibuza ne-studio audience wethu as well ukuthi ngokubona kwabo babona ukuthi u-government iyona yipi age that abantu sebengakwazi ukuthi bayimele kuyona, is it 18, 21, and what must be done as well mase be reach leyo age. Kumele kufike isikhathi where they just cut it off and say go, or prepare umuntu ukuthi you know what, from 2 years from now kumele kube soyimele, and kwenziwa njani. That's what we're going to be finding out namhlanje too.
All right, well, let's find out from our studio audience members. What do they think about, of course, today's topic? And we have yourself, my lady. Thank you for joining us, Lokhonu. But what do you think a topic Lokhonu, and what do you think happens to bana balongore abana baswadi after they reach a certain age and then maybe they have to go home, or maybe go out of the place elongore ba reach their home?
I think it's like kwamele ukuthi babaphe i-chance because ama-home amaningi babaqasha sebena 18 like kwake wabo and I mean most asena 18 usasumntwana like kwake wabo so at least bazame ukuthi baqede like bama tertiary level then after that they can let them go because maybe hamba like bana 18 still ama-chances sokuthi bayohlala ngaphandle bazogcina basestrateni.
But what about the homeschooling gore kitse dinyane and they have a lot of children ba leng gore tso ba accommodate motlhomong when you reach 18 there's an influx the toddlers bana ba banyane tso ba accommodate. What do they do in that situation?
I think like government ke mo tshwanetseng like a kenye letsogo go teng gagolo a ba thusa like I mean the social thing like go ke mosebetsi wa hae like vele
which is a very nice point the government. I want to find out from anyone as well in studio just to find out when if you woke government what would you do better as men sabantu abangena babazali
because it's easy to point fingers
exactly
so if you're in their position
exactly ukuthi sifuna ukuthi wena bungazaza siswami if wena ngakuthiwa government and yini ocabanga ukuthi government engayenza kangcono or isandla kusilula to ama orphans akhona eNingizimu Africa because you're looking at 600,000 of them kuma homes ahlukahlukene what would you do better?
Dumelang le bitsola ke buleng nna ne ke le government ne ke tlo tsamaya ke tsamaye ko di homes ke batle bana ba bana le bo 18 bone ba a ke re gate batho ka ha bana le 18 years so ne ke tlo tsamaya ke ba batle then ke khona ke ntshe di bazari ke etse ke create like di jobs di ngata gona le tikidam ba koloma ke di strata and then re ba fa opportunities tse ngata.
And also I want to find out the issue of finding there is abantu about 23 years and or 21 or 18 or 19 or whatever the case may be and two ingane as well as ngane ukuthi as njengaleza how do you I mean make sure that situation yakona uyakwazi ukuthi uyimonitor especially looking at ama facilities esinawo ukuthi amanye wawo awakho makhulu ngalendlela ukuthi singakwazi ukuthi bahlukanise exactly and then izinto ezenzakala we had some stories ukuthi khona izinto ezenzakala as well whereby ukuthi abanye they abuse alcohol, substances as well. All that, how do they manage such things as well? I just want to find out from our audience. And also, if you're at home, maybe if you're something as well as Fonele or find us on Facebook, something that we don't know. You know, you're taking charge on this show. It's all about you.
Well, let's ask more studio audience members because we do have mobile in Khorbaro Joana Lokhonole and I don't know who has the mic right now. Let's just talk about the corporate companies because Libana, they're there to assist. We've seen so many retail companies, but donate dijo, but make us tusha kam khobaka khonang. Is there more Ellen Khorbaka idea beyond just who donate, who tusa and who relifa, the home founders, the government? Do you think, my lady?
I think sorry about that. Greetings to the country at large. My name is Tumelo Pinana. And regarding on that question, I think it is upon most businesses and companies, corporate companies, to actually make it part of their CSI projects and CSR projects to actually help people, orphans actually. To as much as you said, they have to donate and government actually they should drive government to actually do something. Right. Because I honestly feel like as much as it is disheartening to be kicked out of the orphanage, what more? I do not have an education. I'm 18 years old. Who do I have? This is the only home I have. So I actually feel like there should be like awareness programs that should be done.
Even scholarships. I mean, if they have the access to money, they can be the ones funding the transition from the home to education, making sure these kids are incubated and they're not left stranded. Because at the end of the day, we need all the help that we can get, of course, to assist the home founders, to assist government, to assist everybody, community members, by long as they're part of this pop.
If we pega to me, most of the corporate companies, you only see them on a Mandela Day, going to orphanages and just painting and do this. I think maybe it should be a Mandela Day every day.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that we can go forward.
And I think it's a better way, of course, because even like Sasaki Freedom Day. But for like for now, at least and also you tapped into the opinions and the minds of our studio audience members. But when we come back, we're speaking to experts. Of course, they come from the social workers, sectors. On a daily basis, they tell us really the reality of Merakwa. And also we talked to, of course, some of the children. They've been in a home, about the experiences, and to also tell us how has it been living, of course, in a home. But from then on, Arin Papa Jongaruya will have more.
Honestly, I think the system kicks them out. and nothing's basically done with them. So they left to dangle in the system.
Xa bekhutshwa phayana abanamakhaya still kuba beyibile ikhaya labo Eliana.
Ngicabanga ukuthi yilesikhathi abathola ukuthi babe ne-freedom ba-explore abanye bagcina bethi into ezirongo.
They have to hustle really hard and it's quite difficult for them actually.
The only thing they were taught ukuthi they need to be strong, yabona ba-focus and have education. They were never told also ukuthi babe vulnerable, ukuthi how do you deal with that? Uthola ukuthi maybe when you miss your mom, you understand, or facing the real world ngoku.
They go through a lot of depression, stress esiningi, abazi ukuthi abobani, yabo.
Urhulumente funeke azame ngendlela ezininzi ezohlukileyo ukuze ancede abantwana. Ngokomzekelo kukhona ama-organization akhona anceda ama-orphanages. So ukuze bakwazi ukuncedakala funeka ugovernment asponsorishe those organizations abazama ukunceda abantwana abangenabo abazali.
Mina ngicabanga ukuthi ama-orphanage is not about ukuthi laba bakhulele kuma-orphanage because I don't have a mother, I don't have a father, understand? So I think the government must also look at that with, it's not only about the ones who works or abahlele kuma-orphanages, it's also about people like us. Because you're expected to be strong, you're expected to prove yourself, you understand? And sometimes it's very difficult because you have to pull up this stress face and you don't have anyone to talk to. And it makes me sad. I'm sorry.
Zabukeli Daily Thetha on SABC 1 #BeNewWith1 sibuka namhlanje ama-orphans ahlukahlukene nanokuthi esikhathini masofika at the age of 18 or 21 so usophuma out of the system kwenzakalani kuwena nanokuthi how do we monitor or bakwenze ube ready for that. We're looking at abanye babo, you know, mawusafunda you qualify for a grant until the age of 21. Let's say akaqedi ukufunda but you are 21 about to 22. What do you do after that? All those ezobe sikubhekile namhlanje sizona kuwena as well, especially ama guests just now njengamanje we have Caleb Cheza, who's a social worker, as well as Adele Pillay, who's a youth skills facilitator at Kids Haven. Guys, let me just zoom into it. How do one qualify ukuthi athole ikhaya la azokwazi ukhala like homes? Do I need to not have both parents, and where do I go? Let's say I lost them. Because we, like she was saying on a clip, that she doesn't have both parents, but still akahlala in my homes.
Okay, so if I am to come in there, I think that there's a combination of factors that has to come in when initially a child that has to end up in a children's home. Yeah. But according to the law, the children's court, which is a court that is inside the magistrate's court, has to determine whether a child is in need of care and protection. Okay, so if they determine that the child is in need of care and protection, that's when they will decide whether this child is going to stay in a children's home or is going to stay in foster care. So foster care will be with a related person. So it can be a grandfather, it can be an aunt, or it can be a non-related person. For as long as there's a good relationship between this child that has been deemed to be in need of care and protection and the caregiver. Okay, so in some instances we find that there is no one else who is out there to be able to look after this child. And this is when the court may decide that they are going to place this child in an institution. Okay, so that is the process. Okay, so the child that ends up in a children's home might be an orphan, might not be an orphan. And we look at things like maybe a child has been abused by a caregiver who could be the parents themselves, or maybe the aunts, anybody who has been staying with them, or the child has been neglected or just abandoned. We've got a lot of people, a lot of parents who just give birth, and for whatever reason they just decide to go into the streets and they just drop their child there, right? And that's the last that you see of them, right? And you've got children that have been abandoned like that are still looking for their parents right now, even after they've turned 21.
Let's come to Adele. Adele, you work, in a haven, a very safe, home for children. Let's talk about the emotional state that children are in when they're incubated or when they transition from a place that they deemed as home and now into a place that is strange and they don't know the people, they see other kids. Emotionally, how is that for the orphans?
So if the child experiences abuse at home, it's a relief to come to a place like Kids Haven. It is their safe space, and we get to know that when the child actually blossoms. We have many children who have left Kids Haven and come back and call it home. So that is the ultimate honor, to actually provide that safe space for their child, to acknowledge them and their pain, and then obviously to provide the full range of services to the child. And I think with regard to orphans or any vulnerable children, my dream or our hope is that government will provide services on the ground in communities before these kids are detached from their communities, from the good people in their lives, to support schools and churches to do the good work, because children need good adults. So sometimes if you don't have a parent, but if you have a kind adult, that could take the place of a caregiver. So that's our wish.
And let's come to the issue of kids. Let me say it's 2 kids, they're both related. Don't you find at some point where you cannot maybe accommodate all of them, separating them? How difficult is that for kids? If Tumi was my sister, went to a home, but they cannot accommodate me, then now I have to go to somewhere. I don't even know when I'll see my sister.
We don't do that. We keep families together.
So I think that if we go back to the legislation that governs the protection of children, there is a section which talks about the best interests of the children. Okay, that section has got a section where they say that it is very important to keep children together, to maintain relationships. So if we've got siblings, so you've got a brother and there's a decision that is going to be made about placement. One of the first considerations that must be made is to place these 2 children in a same environment so that they can grow up together. They need to also develop a relationship together, because if you separate them, probably they might never see each other, going forward.
Interesting. Well, ke ku sure gone be on the line rena le Lebo o leng gore o tswa ko Boksburg. Hi Lebo.
Hello.
Lo kae?
Hello.
Ke gona bolela le rena Lebo.
Guys, I lost both my parents in 10 years. And it was really painful because I had to witness it.
Sure.
And my young sister was 7 years. Like, my father was a policeman. He had to shoot my mother and himself for Shebi.
Oh no, oh no.
So, my childhood was very difficult. Like, I remember one of the family members who took care of us refusing me to go to school at the age of 10 years, asking me to work for him. I forced to go to school. When I forced to go to school, the only way he punished me is to make sure that whatever I needed for school I didn't get, because I refused to work for him.
Wow. And then any of your teachers
there were some people who helped me, and I remember there is in high school actually a lady, she was also my teacher. So life was really difficult by then, and whenever you actually only orphan, it's really difficult to even trust the family members, because you'd find that you need a mother or a father to actually confide in. But family member, you don't know, we can tell you maybe your aunt or your uncle your secret, whether they would keep it or not, because they won't give you the same from their own kids. That's because it's not their own kid.
And Lebone, can you go to counseling? Because I mean, imagine a 2 traumas you've been through, witnessing Mozwadi wa gago, both of them batlhokofala in your eyes at a very tender age, and then having to go through stories sa gore your relative na sa tshware botsagano ya sekolo. Ile wa leka gore counseling so that emotionally ube okay.
I've gone through it, but then there's some times that incident it does actually hurt me now and then. You understand? Okay. So, but then I can say today, I'm proud to say I'm somebody in my life, even though I've gone through that situation, because most of the situation that I've gone through in my life, person would find myself maybe being a street kid or maybe being you understand? Today I'm proud to say I'm working for one of the biggest media companies. I've made something out of my life, even though it was actually difficult, going through what I was going through. And I'm happy that even God blessed me with a daughter, and of which I don't want my daughter to go through the things that I've gone through in my life. That's why I do the best to give the love that I never had from the age of 10 years till today.
Oh wow, Lebo, thank you so much for sharing stories out. Thank you so much. And but thank you for sharing that story.
Abantu abanjengolebe bona bafaka ithemba kubantu abaningi, especially at home, watching the show. Now you are born aware that you can do something about your life.
Yeah.
I see something from Nicholas, because we always encourage abantu to go on Facebook and Twitter. Nicholas on Twitter, the government should build all the orphans RDP houses and create job or business opportunities for them after they do umetric kwabo. That's a comment coming from Nicholas. You can also do the same. Go to Twitter at @daily_Thetha, as well as go Facebook daily_Thetha, or give us a call just like Ulebo on 011-339-1315. So we'll Daily Thetha on SABC 1. So after this.
Welcome back, Lilibility Daily Thetha. SABC 1 and Lokhonule Rebulela about the orphanages in South Africa and how, of course, they accommodate Banabalongo. They need to show. We had a very, very sad phone call from Lebo Arfonela Rabochakam Kholungurlena. He was orphaned at a very young age, at 10, and having to witness both parents Matlokofala right in front of his eyes. Agole ake khudisha yena le moratwagare a tsene skolo a ikemishetsa go fitla le mo lengurlena ke monna wa lapona le ngwana gona byanong. But not all kids, are fortunate enough gore ba gole ba be le such a successful story. So how can we all come together? Be it government, be it society, our communities, be it our teachers, our churches, who make sure come But before the ad break, you knew but a comment one of our viewers government needs to build RDP houses for Banabalongori orphanages. And Ada, I know that you wanted to comment on that briefly.
Okay, so if we had to listen to what Lebo Hang was saying, both his parents were killed, and there wasn't a sense of acceptance by his extended family. So if we build RDP houses for orphans at 10 years old, who are they going to have as part of their family? So I want to appeal to extended family, okay? The child that is orphaned is in a very, very difficult position. And I know it's hard. You probably have your own children and you have your own stresses. But it is essential that we give children a sense of belonging.
That is so true.
Unless they have a sense of belonging, they're never going to actualize. They're never going to become good members of society.
Wow. Thank you so much, Adele, for the comments.
About that. And we also have Abantu as well, who've been to a home, and Omunyawabo or Usasakona home. We do have Keketso Mokowa as well as Pesi Hatebe. Let me start with you, Keketso. Kuzaganjan ukuthi uzithole ususe home.
Bokunenkinga ekhaya. So ngakhuluma nomama esikoleni. So uye wathi kimi wangitransferela eKids Haven. That's where ngicela khona ukuhlala. It was 2011. Ngihamba 2013. Ngoba sengina 18, I had to go back home.
So masona 18 bakutshela ukuthi uhambe or wazazela ukuthi you need to go.
If family unayo, bayakhulumisana, baya communicate nefamily yakho. Then if nabo ba right ukuthi ungabuya endlini, uyabuyela endlini uhlale kahle. Ezingibelile namanje ngisekhaya.
Okay, and then Pesi, which journey ya gago o ntse o dula ko a home gore no go le byang le go tlile byang gore o dule in a home?
Well, when I came into a home, I really didn't have any parents. So that's how I became in a children's home. And it's been a rough journey, really. But we all need to manage as life goes on.
How is it rough for you emotionally? How was it like for you moving in, having to adapt and adjust to your new family and your new home? How was it tough for you?
You don't really know anyone, so getting used to other people who are similar to you with their own problems was the different challenges, because everyone was going through their own challenges, and then you had to adapt with your challenges also. Coming in there was a very hard situation.
Again, I just want to find out
I'm 18.
18. What is your biggest fear? Because I believe what's going to happen to you from now until 21?
I really don't know. As long as I keep studying and concentrate on my schoolwork, that will be a better thing.
What grade are you in now?
I'm not in a grade, I'm in a FET college.
FET college.
Yes.
Oh, so you must have uqedile uzokwazi ukuthi mhlawumbe uthole umsebenzi and all that.
Yes.
And it's quite a sad or difficult situation as well, especially for you, ongenayo family. I understand that Koketa wena, you can always go back to your family once zonke inkinga seyisotha isheke. But now, ifamily yakho, how's the relationship when wabashiya or hlala at home and coming back? Ibapha abantu obathatha njenge family yakho for real if you have to celebrate with them? Because the home is la ngicabanga ukuthi uthola ukukhuliseka khona as well.
Hayi inzima le question ne. Mara ngathi both I can choose. Yeah.
I see.
And then transition for when and because I can imagine for when I pay see where are you gonna go? You know, after move out. But at least it was easy for you. But the transition also from your home, a place and then going to live with your biological family. Did you ever wish I could go back? I've served my time or now
at first no libi mavel. Cause ne ke potso re ke sa buela hape mola dilo tse ne di etsahala ke sa tlobela go tsona hape so mara ka ipotsa hore at the end of the day ke go hae kwa mele ke boetse.
Yeah. And whether it's your friends or whether you go skolong or even if you are sebetsa and you know conversations about you growing up in a home come up, do you ever feel or different because when you were not raised in a normal family or a normal home?
Yeah, yona ibloko ka re ba bang ba qoqa ko hae
yeah
wena o reng.
Yeah.
No, sifundo okuningi la Tumi as well. And into kuyibheka as well challenges because siyakubona okuhle kwenzakala. What about other challenges enzakala? We often hear stories whereby some people are abusing drugs while behlala khona in homes. I just want to find out how true is that. But we do have someone on the line. Osifanele go 011339 or uFezeka from Soweto. Fezeka.
Yebo bhuti.
Unjani sisi?
Ngiyaphila unjani?
Sikhona. Uthini umbono wakho or i-question about uhlelo namhlanje?
Oh, mina bhuti umama wangishiya ngina ngasho umama washona ngina 2 years. Nebasho endlini umama angimazi ngamehlo. Okay, no baba angimazi baba mina ngakhuliswa umamkhulu. So ekukhuliseni umamkhulu wami ngiyajabula bhuti kakhulu because umamkhulu ungikhulise kahle. No baba omkhulu wami yena no baba omkhulu bebanganamntwana. Okungathi wabo biologically. So baba omkhulu wami lokho lukhulisa abantwana abaseside ngikamamkhulu. So I was one of labo bantwana labo. Bangikhulise kahle because efamily ngibengoqala ukuthi ngiqeda matric. You understand?
Oh wow.
So ngiyabonga ukuthi because nala ngihlala khona manje situation ayimnandanga because khona abantwana abangakhonanga ukuthi baqede isikolo kule age engikuyo khona abantwana abashaya nga2 abantwana. You understand? So shiya abazali umamkhulu nobabamkhulu 2 years back bayabashona. So situation manje ayimnandanga but then siyazama because ngendlela abangikhulise ngayo bangifundisile ukuthi la ngaphandle kunzima. So uqinisele. So kuyimanje ngiyasebenza ePick n Pay even though ngingatholi lo mali engako kodwa ngiyakwazi ukuthi ngis-adjust nabo sisibami abadala kimi siyakwazi ukuthi sibheke kuyo le mali engiyithola engekho.
Quick one Fezeka before sikudedela uhambe. What would you message yakho to abanye abantu abasesimene abadlula esimene sicishe sifane nesakho?
Oh, ngithi mina even though kunzima phakathi endlini okay sawuthola usizo ngaphandle but then nikeni babheke labantu bangaphandle bayakhuluma because nami bazamile ukungikhuluma ukuthi bakhulisa kanjani waye bakushaya waye bakwenza so but then ngaqinisela ngathi yazi ukuthina abazali bakhulile bona namhlanje bayayazi ukuthi back then bokunjani thina asazi so ngithi babazama ukuqinisa bazama ukuthi bathole usizo if bangalitholi lolo sizo mabaqinisele.
Okay,
akukho kunye bhuti.
Siyabonga kakhulu Fezeka kube nosuku oluhle sizine.
Thank you so much, Fezeka. Taking on social media, a tweet from Thomas. Or a daily Thetha question to the guests. Do social workers follow up on their orphans after they leave the home? It's a very good one. And let's just pass on the mic, please, to Caleb so that he can answer that one for us. Do you follow up on them? Do you check, on their progress in life? Or is it just we did our part and then it's time now to take the next group of kids?
Okay, thank you. At Epworth, we've got a program that we call Aftercare. So what we do is, as soon as the child has been reunified, you know, or gone back to the family, the aftercare service that we provide is for 2 years.
Okay.
So we are tracking what is happening to the child when they've gone back, you know, to the family, and just to see what the progress that they are making. Okay. And from there, if we pick up that there's something that is missing, something that needs to be, you know, added in or get assistance on, then we do that. We at Epworth, we've got an Epworth Therapy and Assessment Center that provides, you know, intensive therapy for the children.
But it's 2 years enough,
and
though,
the family
because
as
I
well.
mean, you're saying you only check or track their progress for an amount of 2 years.
Yes.
Do you feel that that's enough? What if
It's
something
not.
happens in 5 or 10
It's
years'
not.
time?
It's not. So we always keep track of. I've got a good example of Donald here. He left Epworth when he was 21. Okay? And now he's 24, just about to turn 25.
Right.
But we keep tracking what he's doing.
No, that's good.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Cool. We'll have you, of course, Caleb, talking to us, of course, from a social worker's perspective. Rona mo daily Thetha, gore re kushe botse the system selling or in place, go tlhokomela bana ba leng gore ga bana batswadi, and also not just those ba leng gore they're in a home, but also ba leng gore they now have to leave the home, ba tswe ka ntle, ba tswe mo bophelo ba bona, or even ba leng gore ba na le di-family members tsa bona after ba bile in a home. But stay tuned to Daily Thetha. Ge re bua mo, we still have more.
Sahleli nathi kwi-Daily Thetha on SABC 1 sibuka kakhulukazi abantwana abanganabo abazali abahlala kuma-homes ngey'ndlela ezathi zahlukahlukene ukuthi impilo yabo injani, especially after sekufanele sebephumile lapha kuma-homes. Ifamily yabo bayithatha bethi iyona yiphi. Let's say mhlampe usahlala kwi-home ethile and then nawe uyakhulela or uyakhulelisa. What happened to you after that? Izona zinto sobe sizibheka namhlanje. Give us that important call on 011-339-1315 or find us on Facebook naku Twitter as well. Sizwe umbono wakho uthini about this, because we want to zoom into this as well. Abantu bona bakubuka kanjani, because abanye abantu bayakwazi bekujudge for whatever reason. And I was told in Success Men whereby we judge just because you don't have parents or just because uhlala kwi-home ethize. That's what we're going to be looking at to me, and we're going to be reading on my Facebook tweets, everything.
No, that's true. And our suave gentleman, Joseph Changwa, of course, Donald Mugen. I think he needs to be our presenter.
Yes.
Because, when he walked in, I was just like, guys, I feel so underdressed. And Donald is representing Daily Thetha today. But thanks for joining us, guys. Arabuleleng about, you know, your life and Donald Tumelo in a home. I mean, you build family, you had other, you know, children. They turned out to be some of your friends, some of your siblings. You shared your hopes and dreams together, and then you sort of move out. How difficult was that for you, move out?
Well, thank you. Good morning, everyone. I would say staying there was a life-changing experience. It was an opportunity to look at how do I change my current circumstances. That would be, let's say, 10 years ago. And then those friendships that you build over time, they are shattered. Some others are enhanced when you meet fellow people. Like as I was speaking to Adil before we started, one of the kids that stayed in Kids Haven, we became friends somehow. But then even today, we still together, we able to relate and build on those relationships. But in terms of the ones that I had built at Airport, some have fallen between the cracks. So, but then with the like of Facebook, you able to reconnect with one or two of them. So with that, it's still in progress.
Let me come to you, Joseph. At home, you are with people that you're not like blood related. Did you find the age maybe of like dating each other?
Well, that happened a lot.
It did?
Good morning. My name is Joseph. That happened a lot, you know, because we have this, you know, as you go into the institution, you're told that you're brothers and sisters. But obviously, as you grow, your hormones grow and you start seeing each other in different lights.
Oh, that you're told, well, that's your brother and that's your sister.
That's your brother, but naturally, you know, that's not my brother, that's not my sister.
Yo, Joseph.
So you had to, like, the staff really maintained those situations and they kept track of who's dating who and there.
Oh, so they allow that to happen?
No. Like they had to dissolve the relationship.
Sure. And take us through some other, because I'm sensing maybe there were other challenges, not just a perfect space where you come in and it's home and you go to school and you come back, because every family in challenges sabona. Bana ba jola, bana ba faila ko skolong, bana ba tsuba, ho etsalang. So I'm sure the same challenges that other families face, you faced in your home too. Can you take me through some of the things that you experienced or saw?
Okay. Well, most of the challenges were because Kids Haven actually accepted people from different areas. So you'll find the Zimbabweans, South Africans, Congolese, So there's different nations in there, and somehow, there's Zimbabweans, there's always that. So that at times there were fights, but it was mostly manageable by the staffs, it never got out of hand.
Yeah. And how did you deal with that? I mean, you're talking about, maybe those tribalistic rivalry, or no, I'm South African or you're Zimbabwe. As kids, and I can assume you were young at the time, nearly deal wrong with those different, differences or challenges you had?
Okay, personally, I have a Congolese background, so already I could relate with most of them because I knew they were just my brothers, and listening to their stories as well, how some jumped borders coming into South Africa, it was kind of like inspiring. And it's also strengthened me, like to see, yes, I'm going through that, but they've been through worse. And if anything, we should just help each other and move forward, And most relationships, I still have Zimbabwean friends, South African friends. So it's kind of like bonded us, like to see that it's not just a South African problem or a Congolese problem. It's actually general.
Yeah, okay, I see.
Interesting. Well, Maki, you're on the line. Thanks for your call, Amogela. Rona lekai.
Good ke dumedisa Elena today topic ya lona inthatitse haholo today because lena ke hotse ke le an orphan but azanka ka fitlhella to point out ke dula ko home ne but nje story sa ka nje ho ba an orphan it's very very much challenging and e bohloko ba tele makatsang to a point out le ha o so o le moholo you still hurting because of the things because of the things that you went through o sa lo munyane so batswadi ba ile ba hlokala ba le banyane instead of an extended family interfere and intervene azanka ya etsa jwalo ya tlala go le teng instead ke le bona be loreng ke bona be loreng they are against us wanting us go re tswe ka mo high. They were not supportive bo mamani bo mamkholo ne le batho nje ka reng they don't care o kila bona. And yet we can't even make right decisions on our own. So I see it was very I ended up being sold.
You ended up being sold? Ile family or ile motho ko ntle?
Family member, I'm telling you. I get zanong re tlamile re skatha kuwe so ba bang di siblings tsa ko gae ba bang tlamile ba nne kwa ba bang ba nne kwa nna a go hantwa. And now, it wasn't easy at all.
Have you tried to report it? Or we address it and seek counseling as well for when?
Oh, sis, I haven't done anything. No. And I'm telling you, like I said, young hunter. Okay, I've made myself into a better life because kilabeka end up but just enjoy because kilabe ka lo sebetsa bo di kitchening ke dule ke tsa stay in because ha ona bophelo bo bonato ke la bona fine ke a dula le motho o ke dula lena but I'm still hurting and I have that anger le nyane it trigger the whole thing ke la bona. So I haven't done anything. Azanka ya counseling, azanka it's ajang it's the past and I can't undo it.
And I think Maki, that's the problem, especially in our community. We are taught to homola. Number one, you keep quiet and idula koteng and then ibe spirisa how marija wena. But I'm telling you, the fact I'm not married, so maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Marke vicious cycle. It's like you're running away from a problem, or at least into something protecting. My advice to you, please go back to so seek counseling, seek legal advice as well because in they see when you're hurt. And how about and how about one day wanna go through because there was never that open line. So that's my advice to you and hopefully you'll do well, ne? Thanks, Osmike.
Okay, thank you, sis.
Thanks,
Goodbye.
Osmike.
That's the best advice to me.
Yeah.
That's the best advice because
Sure.
isikhathi we boil izinto ngaphakathi.
And we're taught
And
to
mase
do that.
isiphuma kuba buhlungu kakhulu because
Yeah.
iphuma kabi. We've seen our cases where we read about such things or sizibone endabeni as well.
Yeah.
Because akakwazanga ukuthi athole counseling on time.
That is so true. But on that note, Arian Papachong, of course, we'll almost reach the end of our program. But Arian Papachong, when we come back, we'll get the last parting words from, of course, Caleb and Adele, and of course, Banabaru Balong Khorbaru Joen Khonibalina experience Yahudula in an orphanage. We'll be right back.
Sabukeli Daily Thetha on SABC 1 #BeNewWith1 sibuka abantwana abashiya abazali abama orphans ukuthi kwenzakalani kubona especially laba abahlala kuma homes after sekufika isikhathi lapha kumele bephume khona injani impilo kubona nanokuthi ama challenges ababhekana nawo kuma homes athize because siyabona nasince isikhathi ukuthi abantwana abanye bahlala nama families bagcina sebe abuseka njengoba simzwile kwicola yethu ukuthi okunzima kakhulu labantu ucabanga ukuthi bazokuprotect just because abazali bakhe abasekho ibona abaphenduka bakabuse abanye bathi basebenzele if banqaba basebenzela bakuhluphe ngayo yonke indlela so ezinye zezinto esibhekana nokuthi what an option onayiphi if ngempela abazali bakho sebekushila emhlabeni uhamba kanjani give us your comments on Facebook na ku Twitter as well @daily_thetha on Facebook na ku Twitter same thing I see there's something on Facebook from Usuthu Mlongwana Mdluli what are the requirements of opening an orphanage home or a youth skill development center please help I'm concerned that's from Usuthu I'm sure Caleb as well as Adele you can answer that
I think let's just take a caller first and then we're going to come back to you Adele to answer the question for us please but Anna before we lose welcome to Daily Thetha
Okay, thank you Ninjani
Rona le kae
Ngiyaphila nikhuluma no Anna lana
Yebo Anna
Yebo abazali bashiye sesebancane umama nobaba bashona sesebantwana mina mama shona ushone aphethe stroke so bengisese na 15 years so ifamily vele beyingasupport inganamuntu asincedayo singazi ama issue abo mama nabazali emukuthi what happened so bekuwukuthi mina nosesami kumele sibheke abantwana laba abancane osesami bekashadiwe mele ngibheke abantwana abancane sibahlogomele sazi ukuthi inini umama naye simgezisa like isenza ama izinto okuthi kumele simncede ngazo simgezise simenzele ukuthi simdlise so bekunzima futhi umama wagcina washona wathi mashona ngaqhubeka ngesikolo ngigada abantwana abasekhaya abancane abayi3 ama-social worker bathi yenza uqeda i-matric sizokuyisa esikolweni uzokhetha ukuthi ufuna ukwenza ini ngatrya ngathola i-diploma nge-matric
wow
bangithatha ama-social worker bangenzisa i-home based care and bengithethe ukuthi ngifuna ukwenza something different maybe something to do with business ama-social worker bangenzisa lokho bangenzelako ngabonga kwaba right abantwana basekhaya khona manje bangihlulile omu-1 yi-drop out intombazana uthengisa umzimba omu-1 wangena kuma-drugs womfana wabhema inyawupe khona manje usejele sokusele lowo last born sengibeka ithemba kuye una-19 years usazama ukuthi aqede esikoleni bekumele ngabaqedile by now nge-18 years so usangena grade 10 so isimo sasekhaya sinzima umama wabhalisa i-RDP sesebancane uma siyathi soyiclaim abathi akukhonakala ukuthi singayiclaima ngoba ushonile so sisahlala emkhukhwini izinto zisesenzima family ayisupport wonke umuntu nje sibona ngathi silahlekelwe sometimes inocabanga nokuthi nicommit i-suicide because this is too much for me
no my dear you've done your best so far okudisebana and I think sometimes ge ngwana a tswatsileng you blame yourself and o lebala gore ngwana gantsa gola a ba a teenager o na le ngcondo ya hae o bona dilo ko media go na le dichomi go na le peer pressure and you think gore ke dijo tsa hao but it's not I think you've done the best you could with the best that you have
and okwenzakala kuwena as well is not like because nikhulele izintandane nakumzali as well bengenzakala kuwena don't blame it yourself just because abazali sinabo kwenzakala kanje namunye umzali kunabanye abantu abazalwa kumakhaya are right but bathona bayihunga bathengise nemzimba as well when I look at what you have done for umntwana wakho and ungaziblame ngaso sonke abantwana bakhe ungaziblame ngaso sonke isikhathi siswami
and ngiyahopela please don't even think about suicide and social worker Moki I know you said you tried a social worker before mara re tla bua le Caleb what help can be done for wena in your situation right now hopefully utla re thusa All right, all right. Thank you so much, Anna, for calling out. Adja, let's just come back to you as well and also answer, the question about how to open an orphanage or youth skills development center, please.
So to Sutu, I would say with regards to an orphanage, go to your local DSD, which is your Department of Social Development, and ask them what the process is. In terms of Youth Skills Development Center, so I just want to say I have facilitated the program for its 7th year now at Kids Haven. I've had a shift in my thinking because we can't let kids go to skills training centers if they don't have documentation. So what we're doing now, we're getting community members who are passionate about something. So I've got somebody at the moment teaching my girls to do hairdressing.
Okay.
So that is a skill that somebody can give them. They're not leaving the facility and they can start to earn money. And she will then be able to give them a certificate.
Okay.
So look at informal skills that you can let happen within your community.
All right. Thank you so much.
Let's come to you, Donald. A quick one before nje first sesihamba nohlelo. Ngifuna ukuza kwena kunjani whereby you've been home for isikhathi eside and then adjusting to emsebenzini where usunabantu abasuka emakhaya kubo each ngasonke isikhathi bathi umuntu I'm going home, I'm going to visit this. How is that environment? U-adjuste kanjani to that?
Well, I can't say I completely adjusted to it. They are still, like when you think about when you get a monthly income, you think about that I am where I am today. In 10 years' time, this is where I want to be. But then at the same time, you think, damn, I wish I could just go to Cape Town. Or I wish I could go to Mauritius for just a baby moon or something like that in terms of my colleagues and things like that. But as I said, I haven't fully adjusted. It's still in process, but it's bearing fruit.
Okay.
So,
and Kela, because we're running out of time, your advice to families, because we're talking that families abuse the children, they're the ones that inflict the pain, and you would think that they would be the ones protecting. Just briefly before we go, please, what would be your advice to families?
I think that there's a need for collaboration between all the members of the family, just to look at whether things are being done in the correct way. Because history has shown us that children are being abused by people that are close to them, people that know them. Right? And surely if you know that there is a person who might abuse a child, then better protect this child, and make sure that the child is okay.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us.
James as well.
Thank you so much,
everyone.
Donald.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Siyabonga kakhulu iDaily Chat yabuya njalo ngomsombuluko kweshawu lesine and sidingida izinto ezihlukahlukene wazi lapha ekhaya ukuthi background yakho ngeke yakushintsha lapho ubheke khona. It's all up to you.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow for Freedom Day. Bye-bye.